Can you guys hear me properly?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So I think till we wait for the viewers to join in, I would like to ask you guys how the Ramzan is going and what are your iftar staples these days.
आवाज थोड़ी I guess आपकी थोड़ी डिस्टर्ब हो रही है. Hello?
Can you hear me correctly now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, that's a little better, but there's a lag and it's very soft.
That's fine. I just asked how Ramadan is going for you guys and what your iftar staples are.
Okay, yes. Should I go first?
Yes, sure.
Okay, okay. I'm so sorry. I thought I'd just do that, jump right into this because there is a bit of a lag, and I feel like the two of us were both waiting to answer. All right, so I get my answer out of the way really quickly. A really, really effective iftari would be one that you enjoy. Because this is one of those months that you're really putting yourself out there and you're going the whole day, which is quite a few hours, without eating anything. So it so happens that we're in quarantine now, so we're not very active, but we used to be through Ramadan, most of us work and so on. So because you're going through that period where you're not eating a lot, not eating at all, in fact, and then you're breaking your fast in a family setting, you want to make sure that you're not breaking your diet or something like that. So in that case, try to have something that you enjoy. Keeping in mind that it's healthy, of course, that's the priority because Ramadan, when done right, when done in a healthy manner, is so beneficial, right? So you want to make sure that you have something you enjoy. So for me, in particular, I really like the juice. So I've been having a lot of those. By a lot, I mean between 40 to 60 grams because that covers my carbohydrate intake. And then apart from that, I enjoy chickpeas. So I'll have like a cup of chickpeas, and that's a good carbohydrate as well. And a bunch of fruits. So fruits in season and cantaloupe, melon, that's been a favorite. Falsas, that's something that I feel like I've rekindled with after a long time. I haven't been able to get a hold of any masala, so I'm still like, feel like this hasn't been done properly yet. So yeah, so I've been having a bunch of fruit.
Okay, that's great. I'd like to welcome Samir. He just joined the live.
Hey guys.
Okay.
Hi Samir. Sorry. Yeah, we just were asking random questions while we're waiting for people to join in.
Sure.
So I think we have a few viewers right now. I would like to begin with obviously thanking all of you for taking time out for doing this, and obviously for COLABS for organizing such a panel. So first of all, I would like to go through introductions. Why don't you all just introduce yourself and what you do for the audience so that we can move forward to more expert level questions.
Sure. I think let's start with the ladies.
So Mudassir, you can go first.
Okay, let me start.
Oh, okay.
Basically, let's start with the ladies. Nusrat, I guess you go first.
No. I already took so much of your time. I would like for you to start. Thank you. Thank you.
Basically, I'm fitness nutritionist plus I'm master life coach. I'm running my fitness studio in DHC Basics. Plus, we have online coaching program. We have almost like 1,000 of clients. It's been like 7 to 9 years. I'm linked with the LAMS as well. I'm teaching over there. Plus, I'm taking consultancy at Umar Hospital and in Faistabad as well. So this is what we have. This online coaching program. Our baseline is कि हम clients को लेके चलते हैं through habits के ऊपर. We change their habits and we change their lifestyle. So everything comes with the habit. You know, with the healthy lifestyle, you need to start making changes in your habits. Cooking की हो, diet की हो, exercise की हो. Okay, exercise की routine बनाना, it always start with the habit. Exercise एक habit क्या है. So this is how like we goes in. We have a team जो कि virtually भी काम करती है और gyms वैसे ही बंद है, you know. So आजकल सब we are working like remotely.
Okay, great. Nusrat, would you like to go now?
All right, so I've been training, I've been in the fitness industry maybe almost about 8 years now. And it's been a really exciting journey. I now am operating in Karachi, Lahore, Islamabad, Hyderabad, and Pindi. And each new location brings its own adventures and its own category of fun characters. So that's always fun. Apart from that, I also own and run a company that goes by the name of the F Word, which is a macro-based like a health bar. So we do tailor-made nutrition. Most exciting part of that is that we get to cater to pretty much any kind of requirement. So disease prevention and control is one of the things that we work on. So we try to, depending on how severe the condition is, try to bring you to health with the use of good, pure ingredients, along with whatever other sort of medical treatment you're seeking. So we're trying to create an understanding whereby we actually begin to use food as medicine. And then there's another little company that I've been working on for a while, which is quite interesting. And I feel like it's the one that I'm most attached to. And this is called PediaFit. It's nutrition for children. So this starts pre-pregnancy, taking into pregnancy for both the parents, what they can eat, how they can live, to make sure that the child is not predisposed to anything that the child is not yet responsible for. And then all the way up to the age of 12 to get your child to hit their maximum growth potential at every 6-month mark. So they're not dealing with obesity and deficiency related problems, so that trainers like me don't become the bane of your existence. You know, you are already, you've got a good foundation and a great start. So we're trying to build awareness for the parents so that their children can have a good start, and inshallah our generations can be leaner and taller and stronger and healthier and faster and more agile and, you know, all those great things. Yeah, so that's about it, and I will pass the torch on.
To Samir. Thank you so much, Nusrat. Now, Samir, would you like to introduce us to
Yes, so
your work?
I'm Samir Malik. I'm Director of Fitness at Ironbox. Ironbox is the first CrossFit affiliate in Pakistan. We're located in Lahore in Y Block DHA. And we're basically, when we started, the whole concept was to promote fitness and health. And, you know, one of the things we really did was we really pushed people to follow whatever form of fitness they like, whether it was weight training, whether it was a lot of HIIT, cardio, long distance running, whatever it was. And so we've been pretty successful as far as that is concerned, especially, you know, the fact, or, you know, the mindset used to be that women shouldn't lift heavier weights and stuff like that. So we've really broken that down. And it's been 5 years now since I've been doing this, and Ironbox has been operational for a little over 3.5 years.
Okay, that's great. So I'm Noor E Hira. I'm your host for this session, and I'm a nutritionist by profession, but I also work for public health projects in Punjab, and I run my own online nutrition counseling initiative by the name of Sustainable Sehat. Okay, so I'll just dive right into the basic questions that everybody has, especially during Ramadan, and considering that we're all sort of, you know, locked up right now, and there's only very little that you can do. So, सबसे पहला, I guess one question that I hear so much, and a lot of people even ask me, even though I do not advocate fitness per se, because it's not my, you know, profession. I don't have the expertise in it, but people really ask, what is the best time to work out during Ramadan? Because, you know, energy levels are drained, and your fast workout, or if there is so I would like to go with Samir, you first.
So in my opinion, it also depends on what the goal is. A lot of people actually prefer working out before iftar, but from a health point of view, I don't really recommend it, because your body is already dehydrated. Your glycogen storage is obviously not there. So in my opinion, the best time to work out is right after iftar. Have a light iftar, make sure you hydrate yourselves, make sure you get some glycogen in the form of, you know, carbs or fruit. Don't go overboard in your iftar. do a light iftar, work out, and then have a proper meal after that. So in my opinion, the best time to work out is right after iftar. Obviously, give it 45 minutes to an hour and a half just so you digest your food, and then you dive into a workout, depending on how intense your workouts are.
Definitely. But you like now?
Sorry.
Sorry, Nusrat, would you like to go now?
Me?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. So I fully agree with Samir, which is saying is 100% right. It is all based on your goal. And yes, you are dehydrated and you are not at top energy levels while you're fasting because you have been fasting a while. And of course, it has a lot to do with what kind of training you're doing. Some people are very mentally determined and they don't mind working out pre-iftar, sometimes because they might be going out for iftar, they might be going out for dinner. And if you're doing like a light run or something that's light, then please, you can go ahead and do that if you are fine with the thirst until iftar. But yes, just like you said, you would idealistically do your iftar, wait about 60 minutes, do your workout, and then wait another 60 minutes, and then go ahead and have your dinner. So that would be suitable, especially if you're doing something like heavy training, weight training, things like that, eat charity, because you need energy.
Yeah.
Right.
So we fully agree on that point.
Okay. Thank you. That's it.
Yes, what I suggest to my clients is there are 3 timings in Ramzan. Again, the first you need to start with your goal. आपका goal क्या है? There are 3 timings.
Right.
One is right before iftar. ठीक है? There are like 20% people जो कि 3, 4, 5 साल से training करते आ रहे हैं. They have their body type. They are very like good at different workout exercises. So and their age bracket is around like 20 to 25. They are good to go before iftar. इसको हम normally कहते हैं. बाकी 80% they are the beginners. I don't suggest, and especially females. There are 2 timings. One time is right like iftar से आधे या 1 घंटे के बाद you take one like light snack in iftar and do your namaz and then work out or walk or any physical activity. The third time what I prefer, मैं खुद भी करता हूँ, like right before sahri. It's like sahri से 1 घंटा पहले, These are the major 3 timings जिसमें you can like do your different. तो हर एक की routine different है, हर एक exercise and goal is totally different. So I suggest not to do any exercise. Mostly people who are the beginners during fast, मैं इनको कभी भी नहीं suggest करता. लेकिन अगर आपकी रूटीन, क्योंकि आप आजकल के रोजे वो कैसे चल रहे हैं, हम रात को सोते हैं, सहरी के बाद और 12 अगर 1 बजे उठ रहे हैं और कोई वर्किंग रूटीन नहीं है, लॉकडाउन है, कोरोना, एवरीथिंग, एवरीवन इज सिटिंग एट होम. तो आई डोंट सजेस्ट कि आप लाइक यू आर फाइन, आपकी बॉडी रेस्ट मोड के अंदर होती है. और फास्टिंग में इफ्तारी से पहले 1 घंटा 1 घंटा पहले अगर आपका 3-5 years का बैकग्राउंड एक्सरसाइज करने का, तो इस सिचुएशन में यू कैन डू वर्कआउट. लेकिन मेजॉरिटी के लिए आई डोंट सजेस्ट.
Right.
Okay,
thank you. I think that's really useful information because I mean this is one question I always had in mind. और मुझे हमेशा ऐसा लगता था maybe my energy levels are better somewhere between iftar to sehri, but if I want to sleep in the meantime, I'm like, oh, should I work out right now or not? But I think this really helps, and I'm sure it helps a lot of other people too. Another question I have is that considering that we're in lockdown right now, और बहुत सारी ऐसी पॉपुलेशन थी जो वर्कआउट सिर्फ इसलिए करती थी कि यार चलो जिम के पैसे दिए हैं, कोई मोटिवेशन मिल रहा है, जा रहे हैं. लेकिन अब since we're in lockdown, a lot of people just don't work out. See, they're very dependent on what they're being taught, enough motivation to do it at home. However, would you recommend any at-home exercises that they can lose on a lot of energy? Because honestly speaking, I feel like people are also a little exhausted mentally speaking, considering the sort of situation that we're in. So what would you recommend? We'll start off with Nusrat.
Okay. So I've been training at home and I train alone. This has been happening for years. So for me, it hasn't really changed a lot. There were, issues with motivation because I was so confused with like what's happening, and there was that mental thing. But for me, training really hasn't changed much. I've been training with a pair of dumbbells for years. And then quarantine kind of prompted us to put workouts up online and put them at a very affordable rate, so that people can be able to work out at home with a pair of dumbbells if they have it, and if not, then there's a bunch of substitutes. And not the kind where you're only using household equipment, but just body weights, like straight up stuff with a good intense interval, and then beginner substitutes and things like that. We are also doing things like Zoom classes, but then in Zoom we can't take more than about 10 people in a go. So then we couldn't really get that workout out to everyone out there, because home-based training and your body really is a gym, and then at a time like this, you realize that more than ever, right? And then you do get to challenge yourself a lot because you're isolated, and then you understand that you are your own competition, and you really don't have excuses when it comes to something like this, and you cannot be dependent on something external like a gym for something internal like your health. So yeah, and I believe the gentleman will agree with me because the kind of training that we're talking about over here is the kind of training that you can pretty much do anywhere. So some of us have gardens and rooftops and things like that, so we can get out there, get some air. I personally work out without any ventilation on in a hot room. I've been doing that for a while. Turns out that's really beneficial because of heat shock proteins and things like that. Yeah, so where it comes to motivation and working out, you will have to find motivation within yourself or create a discipline, which is go through that mental battle for the first week or 10 days, which is going to happen. There is going to be a lot of resistance when you begin a routine, no matter what kind of routine that is. So let yourself go through that resistance and then get that routine on at home. Yes, and if there's any help that you need, I'm sure you can grab my number and I can guide you through the home-based training with me.
Okay, that's great. Samir, would you like to go next?
Sure. So I totally agree with Nusrat. You are your biggest competition, right? This situation isn't in our hands. There's a good chance this situation is not going to go away anytime soon. I think we should be prepared for that. It's understandable that it took people a few weeks to get used to this, but now this is what it is. And I mean, starting with body weights is a great way to start. First of all, there are no excuses, guys. So anyone who's slacking right now, when you have absolutely nothing else to do, is just not being true to themselves. So if anything, people should be working out more right now, not less, because you have so much time on your hands, number one. Number two, take this time to get better, become a better person, just improve on whatever skill or your goal is. You will never ever get this time again in your life. Whether it's another month, 2 months, 3 months, make the most of this time you have. I keep telling people this is the perfect time to spend time with your family and to get fitter and reach your body goals. In every city, I think in Karachi, there are like 20 vendors who are providing equipment. In Lahore, there are like 5 or 6 people that I know of who are providing equipment. So understandable, I get it. A lot of people don't want to spend money in buying equipment, but think of it this way. If you were giving a gym 15,000 rupees every month, to attend classes, just invest that money and get some equipment. Or if you don't want to do that, I understand. Like Nusrat said, do body weight training, but do something. You will never get this time again. And if you're slacking off and getting unfit and actually moving away from your goals, then the blame is totally on you.
Mudassir, would you like to go next? But wait, I just have a little question there, Samir, for you.
Gee.
Sorry, I'm cutting you. I just feel like there's a lot of sort of debate going on with this notion. A lot of people say that, since it's such a depressing time right now, best version of you, that's fine. But then there are people who are sort of advocating the fact that no, I think
Sorry, Noor, I couldn't hear you. Could you repeat
that
the
this
question?
time is not necessarily the best time.
Sorry, your voice kind of broke in the middle. Could you please repeat the question?
Sorry, I'm just saying that there's a huge debate around this, that this is not the best time to sort of reach your best version, because a lot of people are going through a lot of psychological stress. So people are depending on just getting their emotional state right. But then there are people who are saying, no, this is the best time to reach your goals. And I completely understand that. But what would you say to people who think that, just do whatever, this is not the right time to be working on yourself?
I think, yes, I'm sure there are a lot of people out there who are going through a really, really tough time. And like I said, the situation isn't in their hands. But, if it's something that's manageable, people need to realize that working out is not just for your body or to lose fat or to get stronger. It has a big psychological impact on your well-being. uh, it might be the best medicine for depression. I'm not a big supporter of taking medications and stuff, so a lot of people, a lot of people with mental health issues, even they recommend you to go and work out and go to a gym, go for a walk, take part in any physical activity that they can. So working out has a lot to do with being mentally well, basically. So I mean, I understand where people are coming from, but they need to realize that this will actually help them and not take or make matters worse for them.
Okay, great. Mudassir, would you like to go now?
Yes, जैसे समीर ने अभी बोला कि there are tons of people who want training. In my point of view, like I have people around 80 to 90%, those people, those clients, जिनके लिए जिनकी लाइफ में एक्सरसाइज कभी नहीं की होती, उनके लिए बड़ा बिगनर पॉइंट होता है. एंड यस, द लॉकडाउन इज हियर. विद द लॉकडाउन लोगों के ऊपर लाइक जितने भी बिजनेस का बहुत बड़ा प्रेशर है कि घर में विद इन फैमिली, फिर फैमिली लड़कियों के ऊपर, मदर्स के ऊपर, बच्चे घर पे हैं, उनकी एक्सरसाइज उनके घर में shifts double triple हो चुकी हुई हैं. The reason they have the more mental and health challenges, or exercise is basically stress. Exercise is all about a positive stress on your body. लेकिन when there is a too much stress, too much load, that convert into negative energy, negative stress. वो ज्यादा exhaust, जब mentally आप exhaust होते हो, तो एक्सरसाइज हर एक के लिए नहीं है. अगेन, नॉट इवन वॉक हर एक के लिए भी नहीं है. देयर आर पीपल, आई वुड सजेस्ट कि इफ यू हैव द बैकग्राउंड विद द नुसरत, द 42 डे चैलेंज एंड द आयरन बॉक्स, दे आर वर्किंग great with the people जिनका like the people, they have the background 3-4 years exercise का, and they are very good with exercise and everything. The clients like we have, majority of the clients जो कि ऐसे जिन्होंने कभी एक्सरसाइज नहीं की होती, जिन्होंने कभी वॉक भी इवन नहीं की होती, and they are fine with, और वो हमारी मेजोरिटी पॉपुलेशन आई गेस के अगर मैं उनको भी एड्रेस करना चाहूँ साथ में. So they need to focus on their mental health. Health comes with the 3 main things. Number 1, physical, emotional and the mental health. अगर तीनों चीजें इन लाइन नहीं होंगी तो एक्सरसाइज का कोई फायदा नहीं है, इवन डाइट का कोई फायदा नहीं है. आई एम सजेस्टिंग उस डाइट का कोई फायदा नहीं है अगर आपकी साइकोलॉजिकल हेल्थ ठीक नहीं है. यस, एक्सरसाइज इंप्रूव योर साइकोलॉजिकल एंड फिजिकल हेल्थ, लेकिन टू मच एक्सरसाइज, टू मच जो लोड है वो नेगेटिव इम्बैलेंस क्रिएट करेगा. व्हाट आई सजेस्ट, गो with the mental health strategies, train, walk or exercise. Yes, if you love exercise, I do love exercise, I do exercise at home, and I suggest those clients, agar if you don't like exercise, go with the walk. If you don't like walk, go with like meditation. Even if you need to focus on the spiritual aspect, namaz is fine, otherwise meditation, yoga is fine. Go out. अगर आपको बाहर जाने का दिल नहीं कर रहा, we have lockdown, corona वायरस की वजह से हम बाहर नहीं जा सकते. Go into your street अपने पार्टनर के साथ, फैमिली, बच्चों के साथ, लेकिन घर के अंदर रहते हुए. Start some like smaller activities. Work on the smaller activities. It all depends कि आपका background क्या है. Smaller activities, then you need to add workout. Mix of cardio, mix of 30-minute training for the people जो कि 1-2 सालों से करते आ रहे हैं. It's good for them. And you need to focus on the mental health strategies, mental health exercises, mental health techniques. वो शायद हमें ज्यादा जरूरत है with the lockdown situation.
I completely agree with you. I on the fact that health is, you know, a mixture of three things: physical health, social health, and mental health. And that is exactly what we're going to cover in these 1 hour health hour series with COLABS. So this session is purely based on fitness and physical health, focusing more on that. And we'll have more sessions on, one will be on mental health and the other will be on nutritional health. So moving on, there's also one very pertinent question that I would like to ask, but that would be that a lot of people have certain pains like sciatica pain, arthritis, or things like that. But should that stop them from working out, or if not, what are interventions that they can put forth, which can help them exercise or, you know, maintain weight even if they don't want to lose it, just remain healthy? You know, you need a little physical activity to remain healthy. So what would you recommend to people who have such chronic pains? Nusrat, would you like to go first?
Yes. Okay, I just also want to touch a little bit on our last point before we move on to the next one. Okay, so also just a little bit about that when I started training about now 8-9 years ago, everyone was new to training, in particularly HIIT training, which is the kind of training जिससे आपको oxygen deficit मिलता है. That feeling is the feeling of death, right? So उस time पे where everyone was new to it and everyone was screaming and shouting कि 42-day challenge से injury हो गई, ये हो गया, वो हो गया, we had to push people to make that change when it was very uncomfortable for them. Now, of course, उस time पे कोई epidemic नहीं था and there was not so much like in the community mental stress. But as someone like a teacher or a trainer, right, you have to make that decision with people to push, because that is our role in their life, right? So I agree with both of you as much as both of you as I can, and both the circumstances prevail, right? So we have a very important responsibility on us to keep pushing people, because their mental health is so connected to their physical health that it will shock you. You know, it will shock you that a little bit of movement and physical accomplishment, the accomplishment of pain, what that can do to give you that kind of mental strength to fight through anything and then find new pathways for yourself. So when you see in a situation like this where your business is failing, your family is compromised, there's economic problems, like too many people are living all of a sudden together, like there's domestic issues, in a situation like that, we have to change our perspective, right? We can't work on our old perspectives. So we have to break things in our body and reconstruct, whether that's mental, whether that's physical, whatever that is, you have to break what we were working on to find something new if that is the person you're going to be. And I got a bit emotional over that. You know, so
No, that was very motivational.
And you know, if you are a beginner, then like Mudassir said, please walk, please meditate, you know, and if you want to push it, then get in touch with Sameer, you know. So you have both the advocates here who will take it easy on you and be very understanding, and then those that will make you go hard on yourself, you know. Okay, and then the next thing for the sciatica and the chronic pain and the arthritis and stuff is, a lot of these things come with the lack of movement. A lot of these things come with deficiencies, you know. So we want to look into what is the issue first. So let's first address the problem. Sciatica kyun ho raha hai? Are you very overweight? Do you have, are you predisposed to this genetically? Are you sitting in the wrong position for a long time? Kyun ho raha hai, right? So first let's meet the doctor also and find out what's happening. Let's stop doing that thing and let's bring some movement in. If we have arthritis, we want to know, is it a genetic thing? Is it something that's happened to you? What can we do with nutrition to improve this? What are the other supplements we can take? And what is the movement that's not going to make this worse? And then, so you do want to consult with someone. So please get in touch. And there's so many trainers online who will just help you. So please get in touch with them. You don't have to make any decision on your own anymore. So internet is open. Please get in touch. Someone will recommend something beneficial, inshallah. Until then, the three of us are available.
That's good. Mudassir, would you like to say something on that?
Yes, there हमारे स्टूडियो में बहुत सारे clients आते हैं that people with the limited, you know, they have a special situation, sciatica pain है, back pain है, injuries हैं, even there are tons of people. Let me give you a short story. हमारे पास एक client आई, उन्होंने हमारा स्टूडियो sign up किया है, बहुत से लोग sign up करते होंगे और वो कहते हैं स्टूडियो में जब उनको पेन निकलती है कोई एक्सरसाइज करते हुए, एंड दे कंप्लेन कि यार ये हमने ये एक्सरसाइज की और इसकी वजह से हमारी ये सारी इंजरीज निकल आई. देयर वाज अ लॉट ऑफ हिस्ट्री बिहाइंड, लाइक उनकी घर पे स्टार्टिंग में कोई ना कोई इंजरी उनको पहले हुई होती है लेकिन वो ट्रिगर हो जाती है ड्यूरिंग वर्कआउट. So people need to understand that before they need to visit the right, specialist. There are number of trainers right now. We have trainer. Let's suppose now there are international many certifications. The trainer will specialize in corrective exercises. There are trainers who are specialized in like physiotherapy. अगर आपको उससे भी प्रॉब्लम हाल नहीं हो रही तो पहले you need to visit your chiropractor, physiotherapist or any arthritis, and you need a permission. हम clients को हमेशा बहुत ज़्यादा कहते हैं कि आप permission लेके आएं, and people, especially the females, they always like जैसे कुछ नहीं होता बस हमें we need to lose weight, हमें बस साइन अप कर दो, हमें एक्सरसाइज स्टार्ट करनी है. होता क्या है कि वो 1 महीने 2 महीने के बाद इंजरी ट्रिगर करती हैं और वो बेड पे पड़े होते हैं और वो 3 मंथ अपनी प्रोग्रेस से पीछे चले जाते हैं. तो पीपल नीड टू, जो भी लोग सुन रहे हैं, दे नीड टू विजिट द स्पेशलाइज्ड डॉक्टर और द प्रोफेशनल, एंड दे नीड टू चेक देयर लाइक इश्यूज फर्स्ट, एंड दे नीड अ परमिशन, दे नीड अ गाइडलाइन, देन दे नीड टू साइन अप फॉर एनी कोचिंग और एनी ट्रेनिंग मेथड. वहां पे आके वो उसको परस्यू कर सकते हैं.
Okay, that's really useful. Sameer, would you like to go now?
Sure. So I totally agree with Nusrat and Mudassir. The first step is obviously getting diagnosed and finding out the underlying issue, why you have whatever injury you have. On one thing, I'll slightly disagree. As far as, I mean, technically it makes a lot of sense. Get permission from your doctor. But over the years, what I've noticed in Pakistan is that doctors are very, very discouraging. So छोटा सा भी कोई इशू होगा वो कहेंगे नहीं 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 आप बस घर बैठ जाएं, आपने बिस्तर से उठना नहीं है, आप चाय भी बैठ के पियेंगे, आपने उठना नहीं है. फिजिकल एक्टिविटी तो आप भूल जाएं, जिंदगी में आप कभी भी उठ नहीं पाएंगे, आपकी जिंदगी तो खत्म हो गई है, आपकी कमर नहीं ठीक होती, आपने बस फिजियोथेरेपी करानी है या सर्जरी करानी है. A lot of doctors do this. I've dealt with over 2,000 clients by now. So usme the trainer's role comes into play. So see your doctor, get a good diagnosis, get information why you have the issue that you have, and then go and see a good trainer. And it is a good trainer's responsibility if they feel that this situation is out of my hands, I can't help this particular person, then the trainer needs to tell them, I feel your situation is too serious. And a lot of the times the issue isn't that serious, and experienced trainers can take care of it. So then it's the trainer's responsibility to take that client in and then help them out recover first, start with physiotherapy, light exercise, and then take them step by step and help them achieve their goal.
Okay, that's great. There's a few questions that I would like to take that are coming in the comments. The first one is, what should we do if our weight gets stuck? So, Nusrat, would you like to comment on that first?
Yes. Okay, so your weight gets stuck for several reasons. Usually it's because some of us tend to go on crash diets to lose weight, and then oftentimes it's very successful, or we work out quite a lot and also crash diet. And then it's very successful, and then a time comes where it just hits a plateau, and then you're stuck, and no matter how much you work out and no matter how little you eat, you can't break that. So we do have to recognize that anything that shocks your system, and when you go on a large deficit, you will shed weight fast, but then your body will eventually start trying to conserve energy because it sees so much energy expenditure, and it sees that nothing is coming in exchange, so it has to survive the poor thing, so then it just slows down. So in that case, you want to probably increase your calorie intake or change up your workout routine or something like that. This is if you don't have any sort of other issue going on, like if you don't have a hormonal imbalance or you don't have some sort of insulin resistance or something like that. So you can judge for yourself to quite an extent about why this might be happening. You know yourself. If you're on a very large deficit, agar aap kuch bhi nahi kha rahe hain aur bahut activity kar rahe hain, or if you're having the wrong sorts of ingredients or something like that, you can gauge. Then you can consult someone and see how they can help you to try and increase the calories, because most people who are trying to lose weight and have worked really hard to lose that weight get really scared of eating, because then they're like, okay, then phir se badh jayega, phir kya karenge, it's psychological, it's a burden, right? So in that case, just consult someone who can help you out and tell you thoda sa badhao or thoda sa ye karo, thoda sa wo karo, break your plateau. Make sure that at that point, no matter what happens, you stay consistent with your routine. So अगर आप workout कर रहे हो, continue to work out. Doesn't mean you start working out exponentially, but continue your workout. Get demotivated. If you're eating clean, continue to eat clean. Now our concern is कभी थोड़ा बढ़ाना है या कम करना है, right? That doesn't mean you stop eating clean and get fully demotivated. You know, that happens. People break their diet. So this, the point where, and then of course there is a natural plateau as well. So a lot of the times I'll have clients who are on a decent deficit, they're not on a large deficit. They're losing, and then kuch hota hai 6 hafte guzar jate hain, 8 hafte, and then wo pause pe aa jata hai. So in that case, when I know that it's not something unhealthy, I'll just tell them stay consistent. I promise you in 2-3 weeks there'll be movement, and that happens. So it can be different for different people, but yeah, just think about it a little bit in depth of what your schedule is, and then go ahead and ask someone and do some reading, and just make sure you're consistent. Don't break the thing entirely.
Absolutely.
That's true. Consistency is, I guess, the most important and the hardest, I would say. Samir, would you like to go next?
Sure. So what I've noticed why people usually, hit a plateau and it's hard for them to get over it. One of the biggest reasons is, yes. When you do a crash diet, when you go into a big deficit, what ends up happening is, yes, you get results. But what's happening is your metabolism is also slowing down. So after a certain point, your metabolism is so slow that, it's going to create a hurdle in your fat loss journey. So you have to switch things up, like Nusrat said. So maybe 1 week, try to change your diet. Maybe just start the system again. Have a couple of days, just eat, normal foods. Your system will kick in again, and then start the whole journey all over again. So you have to change things up. It's your body's way of telling you that you need to switch things up. Another thing is you need to constantly change your workouts. Your body is a beautiful thing, but it also gets used to certain things. So you always have to make your workouts more and more intense. If you're a weightlifter, you need to lift more weights. If you're into HIIT and lots of cardio, you need to cover more distance or go faster or do an extra tabata. You need to push yourself more and more in order to get those results. So 2 things that will really help you break that plateau is either a change in the diet and a change in the workout. And other thing I feel is a lack of protein. So, लोग diet पे जाते हैं, अपनी calories बहुत ज़्यादा restrict कर देते हैं. उसमें what ends up happening is they have too less protein as well. So when you're having too little protein, yes, you are losing fat, which is amazing, but you're losing muscle in the process. This, I don't know why people don't realize this. As you're losing more and more muscle, your metabolism is going to keep slowing down. Have enough protein. So inside you're building muscle. The more muscle your body, whenever we say, whenever I use the word muscle, women especially, they freak out कि shit, ये muscle की बात करें, हम buff हो जाएंगे. I wish it was that easy. I really wish it was easy to become buff. I would have retired 3 years ago. But so what happens is the more muscle your body carries, the faster your metabolism will be and more calories you'll burn throughout the day. So have more protein. Don't cut it out from your diet completely. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Mudassir, would you like to go next?
Yes. Again, when weight is stuck, you need to make few changes. You need to make changes in your diet. You need to change changes in your exercise. You need to make changes in your routine. So most of the time, we call it the reverse diet. When you diet बहुत ज़्यादा stuck कर लेते हो, crash diet करते हो, there are lots of the female clients मेरे पास आती हैं and they feel like they are doing hard. वो diet भी बहुत ज़्यादा कर रही हैं, exercise भी बहुत ज़्यादा कर रही हैं. They feel like why we are not losing weight? मतलब क्या ऐसी चीज़ है? So उसमें हम normally we need to make the changes कि हमने reverse diet पे जाना है. Sometimes you need to eat the same normal food. आपकी body normal metabolism पे आती है. अगर आप exercise you are working out hard and आपकी body का कोई एक response नहीं आ रहा, आपका weight जगह पे stuck है, fat loss stuck है, then you need to make the changes again in exercise. Like you need to add more exercise. Sometimes you need to add more cardio. Sometimes you need to add the combination of cardio plus exercise. Sometimes you need to add the yoga as well. So it's the variations in exercises. Same goes with the diet. If you are doing exercise right, if you are doing a routine right, then need to make the changes in your diet. Sometimes after breakfast, lunch, dinner, you need to make the right composition of protein, carb, and fat. And sometimes you need to skip the lunch and just check it कि आपका weight कहाँ पे. It's the calories, overall calories you are taking. And then the third one, I say the routine. Sometimes intermittent fasting or regular fasting. Sometimes you need to only take breakfast and skip the lunch and only the dinner. Sometimes you skip all the way to meals and only take the dinner. So there are lots of strategies, there are tons of strategies, depend के भारत का goal क्या है, कहाँ पे वो stuck हैं. So it's the change you need. When weight is stuck, you need a change completely in diet and exercise and routine as well.
Can I add another thing to
great.
this?
Thank you so much. Yeah, sure.
So another thing that, sorry, I'm cutting you off. So another thing, a lot of people hit a plateau and it's hard for them to get over it is this concept of cheat days, like having the weekend to just eat whatever you want. So I feel that's also creating a lot of issues. You can't, work out really hard, eat really clean for 5 days, and then take 2 days and mess everything up. So I feel that also creates a lot of issues. Initially, it might not, and people get lots of results, but after a while, when constantly every weekend you're taking 2 days, eating lots of food, your physical activity becomes absolutely minimal. So that also creates a lot of hurdles. That's it.
Okay, that's good. That's great. I think one other question that we got was also, I think one of the questions that I've also heard a lot, and that was how to gain weight during Ramadan. So a lot of people, this is a very underrated sort of a problem that people have. People have a lot of issue gaining weight, and they're not acknowledged as much as people who want to lose weight are. So they this one question that how to gain weight during Ramadan, or at least not start losing it because people have such issues. So Mudassir, would you like to go first?
Yes, sure.
Sorry, you can go first, Samir, if you want.
No. Mudassir, please go ahead. I'll speak after Mudassir, if that's okay.
Definitely.
I guess these are the luckiest. I call these, Nusrat and Sameer know they are the mostly ectotype body type, the skinny ones. हम उसको हमेशा बोलते हैं, what I call them, the people from Mars. Like they can eat whatever they want. They can like drink whatever they like, soft drink, eat whatever the मीठा they want. लेकिन फिर भी उनका gain नहीं होता. They are the hard gainers, They are always skinny. The people taunt them. People like यार कुछ खा पी लिया करो तुम्हारा weight gain. So they can gain weight easily. Same like in opposite of the people who can lose weight like very slowly. So there are 3 strategies. What I suggest them, yes, in Ramadan they can easily gain weight. They can eat like iftar and sahri. They need to add 2 extra smaller snacks. There are 2 strategies. One strategy is literally this is what I have experienced with so many clients. They need to eat उनको अपनी speed में खाना खाना है. इफ्तारी speed में खानी है और सहरी speed में खानी है. This is very tricky part. Eat the main meal जो भी आप खाना खा रहे हो. If you want to gain it, जितने भी लोग सुन रहे हैं, eat speed में खाना खाएं. लेकिन ये सबके लिए नहीं है. ये उन लोगों के लिए है, the people who are skinny और जो gain करना चाहते हैं. इफ्तारी और सहरी उस speed में खाएं. Number 2, right after इफ्तारी वो they can eat 1 milkshake or 2 bananas or Nutella chocolate or whatever the मीठा they want. And the same goes with सहरी के time पे वो अगर अपनी सहरी के बाद they can eat like even they want के यार अच्छे healthy way में weight gain करें तो they can add like bananas or shake or protein shake as well. और सहरी के बाद they can add like Nutella shake or किसी भी even unhealthy भी खा सकते हैं. We give them some unhealthy stuff क्योंकि उनकी body होती है वो they are very metabolism बहुत ज़्यादा fast होता है, बड़े hard gainer होते हैं. तो yes they can gain weight but easy.
Okay, Samir, I think you should go now.
Yeah, so why I wanted to take this was like Mudassir said, so I'm an ectomorph, which means it's difficult for me to gain weight. So this question is very close to my heart.
As well.
So this question is very close to my heart, and yeah, it is very underrated because there are a lot of people. It's a body type, just like a mesomorph, people who are slightly overweight. So the thing is, you need to obviously consume lots of calories. There is no shortcut to this. There is no way around it. Consume more calories. So somebody like me, I'm not a big fan of food. I don't really like eating too much. So what I found was that milkshakes are actually the best way. Like Mudassir said, The only thing I'll slightly disagree with is the consumption of sugar. I feel that should be slightly restricted, even though, yes, we can I can have Nutella every day and probably not gain a single kilo. But, I would still want to stay slightly on the healthier side. So what I use personally is a milkshake. I put 2 glasses of milk. I put 4 tablespoons of peanut butter, a couple of bananas, and then I add my protein powder in it. So it's around 1,000, 1,200 calories. That's around, a good healthy meal. I'm getting my good fat, I'm getting good carbs, I'm getting my protein as well. The only thing that's kind of debatable in this is milk, because some people think it's good, some people think it's bad. But again, it's good. It's a lot of calories, and for somebody like me or somebody who's struggling to gain weight, it's the easier way of consuming 1,000, 1,200 calories than just sitting and eating over and over and over again. And of course, I'm not just consuming this milkshake. You still need to have your 3 or 4 meals on top of it. In Ramzan, probably 2 meals. You have your iftari, you have your sehri, and then throw in this shake in the middle. And I'm pretty sure you're going to gain weight.
Probably add like a snack if you're staying up from like iftar to sehri.
Yeah, absolutely. Somewhere in the middle, throw it in there, and it's easier to consume as well, right? Because it's a liquid, so you won't feel as full as you would compared to consuming 1,200 calories in a solid meal.
Nusrat, would you like to go now?
Yes. So I get a lot of questions from girls, and this is off late, about gaining weight. And I do want to specify a little bit about when you're saying you want to gain weight, you don't want to gain fat. Okay, because when you are gaining muscle, you will gain some fat because you are going on a surplus. But how much fat are you willing to gain is the question. Okay, so I would suggest that jitna bhi kam fat gain kare is better for you, because we want to gain weight to improve our health, right? So when a person comes to you saying that I want to gain weight, it's usually because they want to improve their health, and the aesthetics and all is just a extension of that, right? So when you come in and you say I want to gain health by gaining weight, then you want to understand that fat नहीं gain करना तो वो तो बहुत unhealthy है, तो हम क्या करेंगे? It's a very simple formula. All you do for girls in particular, here we're talking about ectomorphs, like Samir is. So your metabolism is very fast, and that means you burn calories very fast, and that's why you have this amazing shake that gives them a bunch of calories in one go. So what we do over here is that we just check out what your body weight is in pounds, and you can multiply that by 15. This is for ectomorphs. And then once you multiply that by 15, you're going to add 500 calories a day. And that in a week will amount to 3,500 calories, which will give you 1 pound in a week. Now, lucky in Ramzan, because of growth hormone, because your fast is so long, you will end up gaining and retaining lean muscle mass. Because of your fast, the release of the growth hormone ensures that. So what you're going to do is, it doesn't mean that you have less time to eat, so you're going to eat less. Like Samir is saying, he's made this shake, right, to accommodate for a bunch of his calories. So within your eating bracket of like 9 hours, you can end up gaining the muscle. Using your calorie count, using that intermittent fast, just making sure that you're not having anything that's reckless, because then you will gain fat. And then also understanding that you're unwilling to gain fat, because then once you gain that fat and you gain the weight, then your problem is going to say, mujhe fat kam karna hai, ab hum kya kare? So think about it in long term and try to get a clean weight.
That's very useful, Nusrat. Samir, did you want to say something to that?
No, I was agreeing with that. I said, then, that's how the cycle starts. So you gain weight, you end up gaining a lot of fat, then you want to lose fat, then you lose a lot of weight in the process, then you want to gain and you gain fat. So it's always better to take it in a healthy way. Slow and steady is always better.
I think we're nearing the end of our session, and it's been really useful. But I would just take a moment to ask you guys to say, if you had the opportunity to say one sentence to the people out there who are wanting to start their fitness journey, or just wanting to be a healthier version of themselves, if you had one sentence to say to them, what would you say? Mudassir, would you like to go first?
You need to remember, and you need to imagine your goal first. Why you started? You need to practice it. You need to practice it the beginnings.
Yeah. Samir?
Yes. So guys, there's no such thing as tomorrow or Monday. It's always today. So whatever you do has to start now. No, there's no such thing as Monday. There's no such thing as agle hafte karunga. You have to do whatever you have to do now.
That's great. Nusrat, would you like to add to that?
Yeah, I was literally going to say, Sameer took the words out of my mouth. I was literally going to say that there's no time like now. I always say that, be it quarantine, not quarantine, whatever it is. Guys, literally, you have all the control that you ever will have over your now. So that now can be precisely right now, that now can be a day from now, but it is your present. So make that decision and make it happen for yourself. I would also like to just thank you for having us and thank you for introducing us on your amazing platform, whereby we've also got to know each other and also to understand our different ways of working, which are all super positive and are helping so many people. So everyone who's looking for motivation and looking for some help, guys, look no further, look within yourselves. You're spending the whole day with yourself and you will always be with yourself. So look within yourself and then look out of yourself. So for any help that you need.
All right, guys, that's amazing. I would just like to say thank you for taking time out, and whatever you've shared today, I'm sure will help a lot of people. And obviously, thank you to COLABS for organizing this and taking this initiative. And I've left the links to your profiles on the description of this live, so everybody who's watching or who will watch this later can access that. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much, guys. We'll just
Thank
end
you
this
for
for
having us.
today now.
Nice to meet you guys. Nice to meet everyone.
Nice to meet you, everyone. Take care.
Thank you. Lots of love.
Bye bye.
Have a good night, guys.
Bye bye.